Oh no, he's only gonna be a multi-millionaire.
See, bro, I don't even know what they're gonna do with me, bro, because they're doing you like this.
Shedeur Sanders can easily be described as a quarterback that's not equipped for the quote-unquote modern era of the NFL, right? The athletic abilities don't really jump out. The arm talent doesn't jump out, but somebody with multiple school records, including single-season passing yards, pass completion, pass touchdown, completion percentage, as well as single-season quarterback rating, and not to mention he's the #1 ranked FBS completion percentage in history, above names like Colt Brennan, Colt McCoy, Kellen Moore, Graham Merrill, and don't forget last year's Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. What I'm trying to get across to you is it's okay to think Shedeur Sanders is not your cup of tea at quarterback, but to try to convince me that he needed to be humbled, to try to convince me that he's entitled, to try to convince me that he's some sort of brash, arrogant guy, instead of a quarterback who's done some quote-unquote legendary things in the world of college football, you're lying to yourself. So today what we're going to do is watch the immediate reaction from the quote-unquote cocky, arrogant, and entitled Shedeur Sanders, as I think he humbly, like everybody so wanted him to be humbled, humbly addressed, the media and the world as he did not get selected in the first round. Now, today I'm recording this is the second round. Hopefully he gets picked today, because if he fumbles anymore or falls anymore, I think a lot of the haters will be extremely happy. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, the athletic traits aren't elite, but you're not going to lie to me and say that this isn't a quarterback that you might want to get in your room. You might want him to throw a few passes. You might want to see how electric he can get him and Jimmy Horn and go to the races. So let's hear, first things first, Shedeur's response, and then, Deion Sanders had plenty to say too, man.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary.
Amen. Amen. Look, I don't know what y'all wanted. Y'all want him to be sad? Did y'all, is that what y'all want? And we're going to get deeper into it, but then, this is the one that really got him. Hey, so Shedeur Sanders, of course, is rapping. That boy is rapping. Y'all making y'all cute little Twitter photos. Y'all doing whatever. Y'all clowning the man. Oh no, he's gonna be a second round pick. He's only gonna be a multi-millionaire. Like, guys, the kid's gonna be okay. And I think that's the reason why people are so upset. Shedeur Sanders could not be drafted at all. He could completely fall the draft. Y'all can make jokes and memes and different things about Shedeur Sanders, but as it stands, he is a millionaire. He'll continue to be a millionaire. And boo-hoo if he only gets selected in the National Football League in the second round. I'm sorry that his standards are a little higher. There's a lot of people who are not going to accomplish nothing in life, and I get that. So for those people who have never accomplished anything and won't accomplish anything, you find a bit of it's got to be exciting. It's got to be exciting to prey on a young man who did have a lot in his life, who did get a lot of things in life, but has never once been in trouble with the law, never been in trouble off the field, never been in any serious trouble. I'm trying to figure something out. That boy don't even got a girlfriend that got a problem. Travis Hunter causes more problems off the field, and that boy got a 3.97 GPA. Like, come on, dog. Lil Wayne had to pull Travis Hunter aside, man. Had to tell him the truth. Come on now. All I'm saying is that I think Shedeur Sanders is equipped for this. I hate that corny thing. Oh, they're going to regret missing out on me. But when you think about somebody like Shedeur Sanders, who's never really needed an extra chip on his shoulder, not sure why you would give him an extra chip on his shoulder, right? And he's currently unwavering about it. And I think Shedeur Sanders is Big Brother of the Year. Yeah. Okay. Like, understand that there's power in this. There's power in being not just a victim of the moment, man. It's so easy to mope around. And here they are, more Shedeur Sanders being Big Brother of the Year. Look, watch this. Just listen to
bro,
it.
I don't even know what they're going to do with me, bro, because they're doing you like this.
Yo!
They doing him, making him wait? Oh, buddy. Me? Oh. You good, bro.
Yo, okay. This is a tough situation, right? to all the people again that said they wanted Shedeur Sanders to be humbled. Sadly, he was probably humbled. This has to be a humbling feeling, right? So congratulations, y'all win. Again, I think Shedeur Sanders is gonna be okay, and I think that's what makes people so mad is that Shedeur Sanders is gonna be okay. No matter how many memes they make, no matter how many edited pictures, they can't take away the accolades and records from Colorado. They can't pull the number 2 jersey that's retired in forever in historic Folsom Field, and it makes people upset. And it's okay to be upset, right? It's okay. Someone's gonna have to be a loser, dog. And it's okay if that's what you experienced and what you felt. So get it all out, man. Feel it. But here's Deion Sanders, a response when obviously the Saints were linked, and you know what I mean? It didn't happen. What
NFL draft. The New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
So does a lot. I'm on the way. Changing location on me, I'm
Hey, he's I Flacco my age. Joe Flacco my age. So to end this, because now we're gonna get a little critical, right? We're gonna start hearing about the truth, right? And I also brought some receipts. People said he was throwing people under the bus, and I also have some negative, right? Yeah, we can look at some negative, and we can look at some positive from Shedeur. I want to be fair, but before we get to that, I do want to hear the latest update. Again, the second round is about to start in literally like 2 hours. And right now, it looks like even Tyler Shook is going to be drafted before Shedeur Sanders, right? So I think a lot of people are going to be even more happy about that. But again, I don't think Shedeur's going to have any problems with this. But let's listen to, Ryan Clark and them explain it. And then we're going to have Nick Saban, because he was defending Shedeur yesterday. We're going to listen to him. And if we have time, we can get into the shadies and different things like that. Marcus Spears even yapping too. So where is Shedeur, or where does he have a chance to get drafted to at this point? Talk to us.
What can you tell us about Shedeur tonight and potential landing spots that we could expect?
Well, first of all, when we look at the teams that would consider him, I think the Giants obviously preferred Jackson Dart. I think the Browns preferred Jackson Dart. I think the Saints absolutely preferred Jackson Dart. Tyler Shook is going to figure in there tonight, and I won't be surprised if Tyler Shook goes ahead of Shedeur Sanders tonight. Can you imagine if Jackson Dart and Tyler Shook both lined up being drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders? I think there are not a lot of teams that love the idea of drafting Shedeur. And I think now we're at the point where unless he goes in the third round, number 83, to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who had a discussion about him on the board at number 21, I think we may get a team that we never connected to him. And I don't know what team that is, but I'll give you some examples right now. And again, I'm just hypothesizing. A team that has him high on their board that never thought he would be available in round 2. The Seattle Seahawks. The Arizona Cardinals. And, hold on to your head, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not telling you any of these teams are going to take him. What I am saying is that
Holding his head.
it will not surprise me if all of a sudden the team that takes him tonight is a team that we just didn't even connect to him and had him high enough on the board that when he was available at their spot, they couldn't pass him up.
So, it's not looking great for Shedeur. And you know me, I'm a Deion guy. I'm a Shedeur guy. I've watched him play a lot of football. I think he's pretty good at playing football. I think Jackson Dart is fun watching him play football, but he's also a project, right? Tyler Shook is older because, I'm going to read y'all's comments too, and I've been reading y'all comments. Y'all say, oh, well, Shedeur is older. Tyler Shook is like 37 years old. He's not 37 years old, but he's only had like one healthy career, one healthy year at the college football level. So it's a lot to be thought about. But, hey, the truth is the truth, right? The things are crumbling the way that they're crumbling, and I really honestly think that if he gets drafted in the third round, although the haters are going to be extremely happy, although the comments are going to be real mad and they're going to be real angry, I mean, you probably go to a pretty good spot, low expectations, right? And you really give Shedeur an opportunity to sit back, relax, learn an NFL offense. And people try to compare him to Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Hey, this is a good way to Drew Brees and Tom Brady. So, hey, laugh now, cry later. You know what I'm saying? Or cry now, laugh later. You know what I'm saying? So however this happens. So let's hear the GOAT in the world of college football defend Shedeur Sanders
in this first round. But, I do think I'm a Shedeur's fan because I think he played in a little different style in college because of the players around him. He had to scramble more. But when he can drop, set his feet, and throw on time, he's the most accurate guy from the quarterback position of anyone.
Dez has.
I mean, look, that's from the GOAT himself. That's how he's feeling. That's how he sees the whole entire situation. And we still got a little more time, so let's hear from Shady. And I think Shady went on record and said that Cam Ward might not be the first round pick because he's not a 5-star high school athlete. So please take everything he says with a large granular grain of salt for the love of everything. But this is apparently what Shady thinks is the problem with Shedeur.
And it hurt me watching that though. And I never really feel bad for NFL players because we get paid to play. That's our dream. Maybe we don't get drafted where we want to. But his case was different because y'all had nothing to really pick at him for, right? And when I really noticed how the Deion era affects everybody, when I got on TV, okay, so I grew up a Deion Sanders fan, like most everybody grew up Deion Sanders fan. He's a baller. He got that swagger. We love it. I get on TV and I start seeing all this media, right? And I'm like, wait, nobody likes Deion, right? And the problem is they're trying to get at Deion Sanders through his son. Deion's already done, man. All he does is whenever he goes. High school, college, pros, after football, he's a winner. And they're trying to get back at Deion Sanders through his son. Then we get to his son and the stuff that reports we hear about, because everybody keeps saying, oh, it's about on the field. But every report that I see, that I hear, that I read, it's all about off the field. His swagger, his confidence, the way he carries himself, all these things that we keep talking about where I watch every other player, we watch the draft, everybody together. We watch the same draft. Everybody looked confident. Everybody looked like they had swagger. Everybody had big diamond chains. Everybody did. And I'm thinking well, what's the difference? And the difference is the Sanders last name. And it's we keep going back to this. And I look at Shedeur now. We talking about Jackson Dart, right? And I'm not going to say anything about him because I think he's a good quarterback. He's not better than Shedeur Sanders.
In what way?
As a quarterback, he's not better than him.
I disagree.
I watch how they talked about his running ability, right? It's weird how the media, creates different narratives. So now I watch how they say with Jackson Dart, oh man, he has some similarities to Josh Allen, the way he runs the ball. I think anybody that watches this tape is not going to say that. But they're trying to find a way to big up these other quarterbacks and then dim the light of Shedeur Sanders.
I think Shedeur Sanders is really suffering from, like I said, he's suffering from a lot of success, but also suffering from, to Shady's point, right? There's nothing in the modern league that we can point at and say, look, that's the successor. That's who Shedeur Sanders can take the reins of. You could maybe say Geno, right? But if we start talking about Drew Brees and Tua Tagovailoa, right, as people with not as strong arms, but really good presence, really good ability to put the ball in places, right? Again, that's not somebody who's flourishing in the modern era in the NFL. So for as much as I am a pro Shedeur guy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Jackson Dart's running ability isn't more enticing. But again, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm also gonna tell you that hey, you can go watch the John Gruden quarterback camp, and I don't think John Gruden. I know a lot of people disagree. Look, John Gruden isn't some super ultra mega scout that knows everything. So please take the quarterback room in a grain of salt because they're gonna learn. But I mean, he was in there, and John Gruden was like, "Yo, you can't run like that." People are like, "Oh, he runs like Josh Allen." That's not a compliment. Josh Allen is 6'5", so when he puts his shoulder into somebody, it's a little different. Josh Dart, is he 6'2"? Is he almost 6'2", 6'1"? I think he's 6'2". So he ain't got all that arse to do that, son. You know what I'm saying? So the Josh Allen comparison is crazy. I will never get on here and lie and tell you that Jackson Dart is not a good football player. Been watching the kid since USC, highly touted guy. But at the same time, I just don't understand how. Again, and now I'm gonna end this because I really don't want. I want to have a separate video about Jackson Dart. I want to do it about all the recruits, but it's like, have we looked at Ole Miss quarterbacks? Have we looked at Chad Kelly? Have we looked at Matt Corral? Now Matt Corral didn't get much of a chance, but this Lane Kiffin offense does not produce top tier NFL talent. In the same way that people looked at Ohio State quarterbacks, you need to look at Ole Miss quarterbacks. He's running a one-step RPO system. Go look at his touchdowns. Go look at his touchdown. Wait. Hold up. And I told you I wanted to end this, but I have something. I have a stat here. I hope I saved it. And I remember it off of my head, so if I don't see it, I will have it. Nope, I got it right here. Okay, so Jackson Dart threw for 29 touchdowns this year to Shedeur's 37, right? So Jackson Dart threw 29 touchdowns to Shedeur's 37 touchdowns. 19 came against Furman, Duke, Arkansas, and Georgia Southern. Against the 3 best defenses he faced, South Carolina, Oklahoma, and Georgia, he combined for 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. Let's go back to looking at Shedeur Sanders throwing his offensive lineman under the bus.
Shedeur, is that the best you guys have played since you guys got here?
This was not a positive thing. Even Brett Collarman is dunking on him. Brett Collarman was like, see, I told y'all he's not going to be a first-round quarterback, which is interesting because Brett Collarman's a Texans fan. I'm not sure if I can rock with him. There's just too many people coming out the woodwork to enjoy and revel in the misery of a young man, and I don't like that too much. But here's this one. Now he shakes the hand. Now he shook the hand of the head coach, goes to the quarterback that was talking all that shit on Instagram, and said, "Hey, you was talking all that shit on Instagram."
All right, keep talking about business. You can't fuck with me.
And then he goes on and he continues to shake people's hand. He continues to shout people out. Look, I want to end this here, man. I'm yapping. I'm rattling around. I just wanted to show y'all what Deion Sanders felt about it. You got Wale tweeting that. Why would you want a quarterback to be humbled? Like, it's getting nasty. Shedeur Sanders not being drafted in the first round was a win for America. I'm not gonna say nothing, dog. I'm never gonna say the clear and obvious reason that adds to this, because this is a football account, dog. But as I'm looking to find reputable football reasons, I have yet to find many reputable football reasons for y'all to have this much hatred. Y'all hate the chains. Y'all hate Deion Sanders, which, let me park this for a second. I'm going to end this right here. This is a beautiful yap session. Just like Shady said, y'all are older than me. Are y'all not Deion Sanders fans? Like, am I confused? Why do y'all hate Deion Sanders? Y'all loved him when he was playing football. Huh. Y'all loved him when he was playing football. Y'all loved him before he was in charge of anything. Y'all loved it before he had any real influence and he could change the world of college football. The world of college football y'all held so tightly. I don't know, dog. It just seems like y'all flipping on one of the greatest football players of all time because of pride. Because your feelings is a little hurt. But hey, man, feel how you feel, man. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content, draft content, foosball content in general. Another round of the draft tonight. I will not be live streaming again, but I will make a video if and when Shedeur finds a place in a new team, and we'll talk about that. And really see what his angles are becoming a real starter, because that's what Shedeur wants. I know the world wants to clown on Shedeur and, get their 15 minutes of making him feel bad, but I genuinely think he wants to be an NFL quarterback, and that road's going to hopefully start tonight for him, and we'll go from there. More draft videos coming out. We want to talk about Cam Ward. I don't think he got enough shine because of Shedeur Sanders. I think Jackson Dart is getting end of the stick because of Shedeur Sanders, and it's not necessarily him. It's because everybody is so... They know the money that Shedeur, and speaking of him, brings, so some of these guys need a little more attention. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. You're great. Keep being great. Keep your head up, and we'll see you next time.